Peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good on this side. As always, God is good. God is great, and I can't complain. Okay? So, let's get right into it, all right? Vergil Ortiz Jr. He fought yesterday. He fought Michael McKinson. Vergil Ortiz is now 19-0 with 19 stoppages. He put down Michael McKinson 2 times with a body shot, and he stopped him on the third trip, basically. Okay, in the 9th round. So he put him down twice, and then the 3rd time it was actual stoppage. All right. Michael McKinson, he had some success actually in the fight. He didn't hit Vergil Ortiz too much. He hit him at times, but he didn't hit him too much. Times that he hit him, it really wasn't anything on it so much. He's not a power puncher. He only has 2 KOs in his career. But he did put hands, he did hit Vergil Ortiz Jr. a few times. And, he evaded him. I heard his father saying something about he was running around, but nah, he was actually boxing, he was moving around. And he had Vergil Ortiz missing a lot of times by a long shot. He was throwing some overhands, he was throwing some wild punches, man, trying to stop him, trying to knock him out. And he said it himself that, he was going for the knockout and he should have been chopping down the tree. That's what he said himself, Vergil Ortiz. But I'm just saying, I saw, again, that he's hittable, just like I saw that with Kavaliauskas, and also the fact, because Kavaliauskas actually put him down in that fight. But I also saw that, you can make a miss. He missed a lot in this fight with Michael McKinson. Michael McKinson made him miss a lot. And I was saying to myself that if this dude had some power, if he had some pop to his punch, it would have been a different fight. But he really didn't have anything to keep Vergil Ortiz honest, to make him say, okay, well, you know what, I got to take my time coming in. He was able to just come in and do what he wanted to because the dude didn't have no power. You know what I'm saying? That's why that power, man, and that strength is very important, Some people have natural power, like Jaron Ennis, like Boots. Some people, they build it. Some people have both. They have natural and then they build it up. But you got to have some power, man, to keep these dudes honest, man, that they just don't just come in on you and do what they want to do. So anyway, Vergil Ortiz won the fight. So what I was interested in hearing from him after winning the fight, after a year layoff, because remember Michael McKinson, they were supposed to fight in March of this year, but Vergil Ortiz Jr. had some health issues, so he pulled out of the fight. And he was getting a lot of backlash, a lot of criticism about that, because people were saying it was reports that he was overweight, he was having issues with making weight. He said that wasn't the case. He had some other health issues that was going on. So now he comes back last night and he gets the stoppage in the 9th round. So now I was interested on hearing what's next for Vergil Ortiz, right? From him and from his father, who's his trainer, right? Who has been his trainer. And he brought in Manny Robles to help out with the training. And I saw 2 things. I heard a few things, and I saw 2 things. So what I saw out of Vergil Ortiz Jr., out of his father, out of Sergio Mora, who's an ex-boxer, but an analyst for the Zone, and Chris Mannix was asking the questions. So Chris Mannix asked the question of Vergil Ortiz Sr., does he think that he's ready for Terrence Crawford? And Vergil Ortiz Sr. said that he's not the promoter or the matchmaker, he's just a trainer. That was his answer, his first answer. So then he asked him again, at this stage where Vergil Ortiz is right now, do you think that he's ready for Terrence Crawford? And Vergil Ortiz Sr. said, when the time is right, he'll be ready. When the time is right, he'll be ready. So basically, you're saying you're not even sure in your own son's ability that he's ready for Terrence Crawford or not. So that's why, to me, it's just funny when these dudes, if you're not ready, man, then don't call nobody out. Don't even say my name if you're really not ready. Because God forbid the fight don't happen with Spence and then Terrence Crawford start knocking on your door. What's up, man? Y'all not ready? Because he's ready, right? So I feel like, wow, man, you're not ready? Then don't call my name out. Don't call out boxes, man. Keep getting yourself ready. Keep working on your craft. Keep working on your resume, man, because if you're not ready, then don't say it. So Vergil Ortiz Sr. to me seemed like he's not ready. His son is not ready. So then Chris Mannix asked Sergio Mora, he said, asked him the same question. You think that Vergil Ortiz is ready for Terrence Crawford? And his answer was, and I quote, he said, if he thinks he's ready, then he's ready. See, he wasn't even confident. Like, yeah, he's ready, man. He's ready to rock. He's ready to roll. I mean, it's going to be a good fight. I can't wait. Man, Vergil Ortiz, man, he's bringing something to the table. Nah, he was like, if he thinks he's ready, then he's ready. Then he said, he said, Vergil Ortiz is a draw. He brings out the fans in Texas. He said, if I was his manager, I would tell him, if I was his manager, I wouldn't rush him. I wouldn't rush the big fights. Take your time. That was his answer. So now you got Ortiz Sr. and you got Sergio Mora saying basically they're saying they don't think Ortiz is ready. Right? In so many words. Because if he's ready, you're just going to say, yeah, he's ready, let's go. But when you start saying he should take his time, when the time is right, he'll be ready, then he's not ready. It is what it is. And I already know that he's not ready for Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford will get him out of there quick. Because Terrence Crawford is a dog. He's going to walk you down. He's going to break you down. You could hit him with a few shots, but he's going to keep coming. He ain't going to take him out with no body shot. Terrence Crawford going to take that if you do hit him with it. But Terrence Crawford will beat him to the punch. He's a counter puncher. And the shots that Michael McKenzie did hit him with, he get hit by Terrence Crawford, he's out of there. Okay? So now Vergil Ortiz was asked as well about Terrence Crawford. And he said, yeah, Terrence Crawford is busy right now, but if the opportunity comes, I'm ready. Okay, that's what he said. But then he was asked about Jaron Ennis. And he said, if the fans want that fight, then that's a fight that could be made. He wasn't confident in himself. He didn't say, man, yeah, I would love that fight. Oh, definitely. I would welcome that competition. He said, if the fans want it. Well, we already know what the fans want. The fans want the best fights out there. You 19-0 with 19 knockouts. He's 27-0 with 25. The fans just want the best fight and the best. Spencer Crawford haven't signed yet. So now you and Jaron are 1 and 2 and 3 ranked in every division, right? You just fought for WBO and WBA title. That was called a title eliminator. I don't understand that, but okay. That was a WBA title eliminator that you just fought. And we know who has the WBA belt. That's Errol Spence. We know you're not calling him out, right? But you're also not calling out Boots. That's most important. Who is your counterpart as far as he doesn't have a belt yet, okay? You have a franchise belt because the WBO belt, the legit belt, the recognized belt, Terrence Crawford has that. He's the WBO champion. You have a franchise belt. So Jaron Ennis and you are contenders trying to get a belt. The difference is Jaron Ennis is ready to fight anybody. And he's a star, I say already, but he's not a champion as far as the belts. He's a champion to me. Boots is a champion. He just don't got the belt to say that he's a champion. But we know that's coming, Okay? So you didn't call out Jaron Ennis either. You didn't call out Stanley Jonas. You didn't call out Keith Thurman. So it's like, what do you want to do, Ortiz? I don't know. But I know it's easy to say Terrence Crawford because Terrence Crawford is locked in a negotiations with Errol Spence to fight. So it's easy to say that right now. But now, God forbid, like I said, that fight don't happen, then what you going to be saying then? Terrence Crawford, he's going to be ready for whatever. All right, so be careful. If y'all want to fight, let's fight, but let's not say what we're ready for if we're really not. Okay, so I just think there was a lot of apprehension on his father's part and his part. Sergio Mora, it wasn't no apprehension on his part. He said straight up, if he think he's ready, he's ready. I don't think he's ready, but if he think he's ready, he's ready. But I wouldn't rush that fight. Okay, he has time. Man, listen, you're 19 and 0, man. 19, what time do you have? I mean, you don't know what time you have. Life is short. You don't even know if you're going to live from today to tomorrow. So boxing is not like it used to be. Okay, now you got to take your opportunity. Listen, you had a health issue that came out of nowhere for the most part and stopped you from fighting in March. And you had to wait until August to fight, 5 months later. So you don't know what can happen from day to day, from week to week, from month to month, from year to year. As far as fighting, man, you have to take the opportunities when you get it. All right, so you have fighters, man, stacked up that you could fight while you're waiting for this champion fight, while you're waiting for Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence, if that's what you really want. And like I said, you got Jaron Ennis, you got Stanley Jonas, you got Keith Thurman. Those are fights at 147, man, that could be made. So, listen, I know Boots is ready. All right? So, that's my take, man, on Vergil Ortiz. I ain't disrespecting anybody. I'm just keeping it real. You don't hear De La Hoya calling him out. You don't hear Bernard Hopkins talking about Jaron. You know? I'm just saying, they're talking a lot about Ryan Garcia and Tank, but they ain't talking about Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis. All right? So that's my take on it. Please leave your comments. Please subscribe to the page in this corner boxing 24. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of your evening. Peace and blessings. Peace.